Good morning, Facebook friends. Stephen Wa-LUSH-ick from Prime Lending. Today is Tuesday, January the 19th. That means it's time for the second installment of Tuesday's tip. Shout out to my friend Hank Avink. It was Hank's video message on his Facebook wall. The message was, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. That resonated with me, and it was a source of inspiration for me to do my first video. Thank you, Hank. Also, a big shout out to everyone who hit like, shared, commented on last week's video. That inspired me to keep the series going. So thank you very much. I'm glad you found it of value. This week's content is going to be on do-it-yourself credit repair. A lot of folks out there today, because of the technology and the tools out there with Credit Karma, Capital One, Discover, etc., that have a notion of managing their own credit and waiting to talk to a professional until they've got it sorted out correctly. Listen, folks, those services are great to get a general idea, but it's not the same score that you're going to get with a tri-merge credit report. If I had a nickel for everyone that was shocked when they found out that their score was 30, 40, 50 points less with me than it was with Credit Karma, needless to say, I'd have a lot of nickels. Folks, it's really important to talk to a professional, and I get this. Last summer, car window wasn't working in my car, the automatic window on the Taurus. So I did a Google search, found out there was a manufacturer defect, looked up a video on YouTube, and I fixed it on my own. And I was beaming with pride because I'm not a handyman, not at all. But there are some things you've just got to call a professional on. If I got a toothache, I'm calling my dentist. If the car engine isn't working right, or the snowmobiles, I'm calling my brother-in-law, Andy. If I need something fixed around the house, I'm going to ask my wife, Diane, or my father-in-law. And yes, I just admitted to that. I would ask my wife before I would do it. Much better chances of it getting fixed with Diane. Folks, you have to talk to a professional because there are a lot of things that you might think you'd be doing correctly that don't always turn out in the fashion that you think. Intuitively, you'd think, well, I should pay off my medical collections if I want to buy a home. That's not true. Not necessarily true at all. You pay off a medical collection of $200, that's a 4-year-old collection, you can actually hurt your score by making it more current. Paying credit cards off and closing a credit card can hurt you twofold. Number one, a zero balance on a credit card can make it look as if you're not using it. And credit looks at, what have you done for me lately? Shutting it down, closing it, and you've had it for 5 years, now you just shut down an active line that you've had for 5 years that gave you a good history. Shutting it down, no active credit now on that card. A lot of things that people intuitively think would be the right thing are not the right thing. So listen, before you go and fall in love with a home, when you're out looking at open houses this Sunday, call the professional first to make sure you're putting yourself in the best position. I had a customer reach out. I was humbled. Past customer of mine called yesterday. Stephen, you helped me with my first home. It was a good experience. And now I'm married and having a kid or thinking about having a family soon. And I want to potentially buy a home with my wife this summer. I was so thankful. I said, this, sir, is why you're so successful in your business. You're planning ahead. You're thinking ahead. You're not flying by the seat of your pants. We're going to take a look at things in the next day or two and make sure that we've got them in the best position to get the best program with the best interest rate and the lowest cost. That's proper planning, folks. So listen, I've been looking at credit for 20 years. I'd love to be the person that helps you on that path. But if it's not me, if you have another trusted advisor, that's perfectly fine. But do us all a favor, call your professional first before you try and manage it on your own. I'm Stephen Wa-LUSH-ick from Prime Lending. I can be reached at 269-459-3782, 269-459-3782. I thank you very much for tuning in, and listen, make it a great day.